Hi guys, welcome to episode 7 of season 3 of our podcast. Today we have the boss man.
Hey, Redgrave.
Yeah, okay, I guess I'm boss man today.
Nah,
No,
what's
we
up?
have the boss man, Sub-Zero, 2K, the infamous.
Hello.
We have regular now, Fletcher.
Yep. How's it
We
going?
have Redgraves. Redgraves, is your first one? No, this is your second one.
Second.
Yep. The keeper of things, Redgraves. The keeper of neater things, Mr. Vibe on the end.
Hey-o.
Well, wherever you guys are watching from. So it is our annual E3 preparation episode today. We're gonna get into that stuff a little bit later. As usual, we're gonna get into what we're actually playing at the moment. So who would like to divulge what they've been up to this last couple of weeks? Anyone?
I'll start because I don't play a lot. I've been playing the Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts 2.
Yep. And what do you think? How do you feel?
It's good. Nice and bloody, nice and gory.
Yeah. Slow mo time, sort of thing.
Yeah, it doesn't. I think I still kind of prefer the X-ray bullet time in the Elite Sniper Elite games, but this one's pretty gory though, so makes up for it.
You had a bunch of us in your chat trying to yell, "Shoot the balls!"
Shoot him in the balls. Yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't get any.
it's quite graphic.
Couldn't get any
Like,
ball shots
literally
off.
does everything.
But
Yeah.
no, it's pretty good. That's about it. That's all I've been playing outside of Siege and stuff, to be honest.
So do you feel like it's an improvement on the last?
No, it doesn't feel like it. It just
compared
feels
to
like
the
new.
Elite?
No, it
the
just feels like new levels, new missions.
Yeah. Fletch, what have you been up to?
I've been playing like a couple games for like review, some really weird ones like Metopia.
Yep.
Was a really weird one to do because the game itself is fine and it's just a remake of a 3DS game.
Mm-hmm.
But the community, they can put up some really weird stuff. Like I recommend anyone go look for some YouTube or just Google image like the Metopia creations. There's some really messed up things. There's really creative ones, but
What platform is that on?
just the Switch. So
Switch.
the whole point is that you know it's a RPG game, but you put your own characters in it.
You put your own character in it or whatever it's called.
Yeah. But
like the little Switch Miis.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Metopia.
Oh, that's so cool.
It's actually like it's fine. Like the gameplay is really dumbed down. It's honestly like a my first RPG type game. Like it kind of feels like an old school Final Fantasy in a way.
Yeah.
But given the creativity to the power, like the people, it went to some people's heads and they put up some really amazing and disturbing imagery, which is pretty cool. So it's worth checking out. Like, try Google something. There's a lot of funny videos out of that at the moment. Not a great game, but the community behind it really makes that game worth getting.
Yeah, that's actually something I'm actually curious about now. So, yeah. What have you been up to, Red Grace?
Taking a break from Resident Evil.
Yep, he grinded Resident Evil 8 a lot, guys, a lot.
Hour and 46 is my personal best.
We'll have a speedrun video up one day.
Yep, yeah, I'll have to speedrun up a video.
Yeah, sometime.
It'll take me an hour and 45 minutes to get through the front door because I'll be too scared to open it.
I've been playing Chivalry as of yesterday, and I'm loving it. And then Fortnite and Siege with Sub.
For people at home, what's Chivalry?
It's medieval combat. 64 player online big medieval brawl.
So it's like PvP.
Yep.
Is there like NPCs and stuff?
For the offline training, yeah, but it's more fun with actual players.
Is that the one that blew up? I think sometime last year.
No, that was
swing at each other.
That was Mortar. Yeah,
yeah,
that was very close and very similar.
Very similar. Yeah, that game went off chops.
How are the physics in number 2? Because number 1, like that was what really set it apart. Like, it had really good physics. Like if you ducked,
pretty damn good so far. Like I don't think there's a duck. If there is, I haven't worked it out yet. But yeah, I haven't really come across any bugs.
Yeah.
That's
Other than like just a bit of delay with throwing weapons and it hitting people.
Yeah.
So
Good. What have you been up to, Vibe?
I've tried diving into Biomutant a bit.
Yeah, go and
I've,
tell me how you feel about that, because we've talked about how
I'm-
I feel about that on the last podcast, but you
I'm
go for it.
enjoying the combat and the crafting and the story and that, but I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with the narrator constantly talking. Like, it's great at some points and whatnot, but when it comes to talking to NPCs and having to wait for the NPC to make all of its noise and then the narrator tell you what he said,
Mm-hmm.
kind of a bit of a feels like it drags for a while. But
Is it
Yeah.
like
other than
Sim
that,
style where they just do random noises? Like
Yeah,
no
it's
one actually
kind of.
gibberish.
speaks?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
gibberish, and
yeah, it's
then
very
the
similar.
narrator tells you what he said. Kind of makes conversations drag for longer than what you want them to. And
Okay.
I've also tried diving into Necromunda Hired Gun.
Please talk about that, because that's
Which-
something we've completely not
Unfortunately,
really touched on.
I haven't been able to play it too much because on Series X it doesn't really run too well for some reason. The frames are just choppy as hell. You can't really turn properly without it skipping. Kind of looks like it's vibrating as you turn. I don't know what's up with that.
What's the
Hopefully-
premise behind it?
It's set in the 4K Warhammer 40K world,
Oh,
an
yeah.
underground kind of city, and you basically take these contracts to take down bounties and that, along with your dog companion, your mastiff.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
armies
Weird.
are you playing?
Yeah.
Pardon?
You said this is part of the Warhammer 40k universe. What army or faction?
I'm not
you
entirely
play as?
sure because like I haven't really dived into the 40K universe or
Okay.
anything like that.
Mm.
Yeah. Hopefully there'll be a patch for it soon and I'll start smashing that out on stream. Good fun.
I don't know, like I do a lot of research around this stuff because we pretty much live and breathe it at MK. And I just never even heard of it. And then all of a sudden I went on Twitch one day and there's like 3 or 4 people playing it. I'm like,
Mm.
well, that came out of nowhere for me, so yeah, I was just curious. I haven't really been playing anything because I've been working, like, and I was super sick. Been watching a lot of like TV, and we're talking about this prior to the podcast. Like I love Death and Robots, and I only recently found out that season 2 had dropped. So Fletcher and I were talking about it, and I pretty much binge watched that. So if you haven't watched that on Netflix, that's something you guys should check out. It's really twisted short stories by like little independent animation places, and they're so different, so different. So I highly recommend if you're into like quirky, twisted stuff, but with
Easy
sometimes
to
the
pick up and
animation. Yeah,
drop and stuff like
Are
that.
they all animated? Because there was one I
every
watched
single
last
one
night, and
is
it looks.
animated.
I couldn't determine whether it was real or not.
yeah, they're all CGI animations.
And
The
some
what-
are so real. Hey Fletch, like the albino guy one.
Yeah, that's the
Oh
one
my
I'm
god,
talking
it
about.
took me ages
That
to
was
figure out
crazy.
if it was.
Like, you sure that's not
Real
real
or
in
not?
any sense?
No, I think it's just motion capture.
Yeah, motion
Hmm.
capture. But like, every single company behind it, like has their own art style. That's the best thing about it. Just chuck them all in one series. You can see it all.
Some are shell say. Oh, I can't even say it. Cell shaded. Some are just motion capture. It's just crazy. It's a really good series, guys. If you're into artsy fartsy sort of stuff like that, or even if you're into just quirky tales. So yeah. So let's. Has anyone got any gaming news they want to bring up from this week?
Capcom's being sued.
I did
Again?
read that. I did read
Yep.
that.
So is it because you finished the game too quick?
Yeah, I was severely pissed off. No, a lot of the artwork over the years that Capcom have been using for like implementing maps, puzzles, all that type of stuff, it's actually been stolen off an artist's book called, give me a second, I have it here, Surface. So before Resident Evil 8 came out, supposedly they were data robbed and the people were demanding payout, but they still leaked the information, and that's how this artist discovered that a lot of her artwork was being used throughout multiple Capcom games since like Devil May Cry. So this is going back fucking years.
So like stealing concept,
Yeah. And
like
then
artist integrity and stuff like that.
yep, and then
Or
one
was
of the
she during
latest
the-
enemies in Resident Evil 8, the director of Frankenstein's Army has now jumped on the Let's Sue Capcom bandwagon because Propeller Head is a concept stolen off him
Oh my
from his movie.
the Scrum character.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh no way.
It's a pretty one-to-one build of it as well. When you look at the two side by side, you can really see it. There's not much variation between the two.
No,
Oh no way.
it's
I need
just
to
a
look into
version of
that.
Resident Evil's a lot bigger than the one from the movie. But
Yeah.
still, the concept of it was pretty much stolen.
Interesting.
So it'll be interesting to see how much they lose out of that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually interesting how that's going to unfold because they're stealing artist integrity and the integrity of their art and stuff. So I didn't even hear that this week, so I'm glad you brought that up. Anything you heard, Subby?
Not really.
No. The only thing I've really heard this week is it's kind of a funny story. Cyberpunk were caught making montages of their own. The creators of Cyberpunk were caught making montages of their own game, like glitches and
Glitch reel or something?
montages,
yeah, glitch reels to funny music in the background, and they got caught doing that. They like someone must have hacked into the system again or something like that and leaked these montages that they've made, which is kind of bad for them because Poland at the moment have a lawsuit out on them for duping customers because they apparently already knew their game was screwed and still threw it out there on the market, which is, I don't know, some industrial law against, advertising something and giving people something else. So yeah, that's kind of backfired on them, joking
Has
about
CD
their own
Projekt Red
broken
even
game.
finished their last lawsuit against the author of the Witcher series?
Who would know?
Because that was more unfounded, though. He approached them and said, "Oh, I sold you the rights to make the game for like $100,000, and then you've gone off and made hundreds of millions of dollars. So I want more." And they said, "Well, we
Yeah.
tried to give you rights, and they didn't believe in him. So he's trying to sue them retroactively, saying that because it's so big, you owe me all this money." And I think they end up settling, or they were talking about settling for like $15 million
Yeah.
just to get the guy to go away. So I
Is
don't know
it
whether
the guy of the original Cyberpunk game?
no, like this is for the Witcher series. So
Oh.
the author
Oh,
of the Witcher series.
Yep.
In the book series, it was out
Oh, yep,
in
yep.
like early '90s or something like that. Sold the rights to them for almost nothing because he didn't believe in them. And then he's like, "Oh, you owe me a lot of money because you got a lot of money." And I said, "Nah."
That's not how it works.
Hmm.
No backsies. Yeah. Anyone else heard anything this week? It's
Nope.
been a bit quiet on the game front, really.
Has
Which
been,
leads
yeah.
into
It's expected.
Most of the
everyone's
news is just like, what are they going to do this week? Which I
yeah.
guess is what we're about to talk about. So
Yeah, basically. Well, everyone's excited because E3 is coming. So we got a lot to chat about today about E3. Just putting a disclaimer out there. Our boss gets a lot of what do you say, notifications?
No idea. No idea.
Yeah, he
insider
can't say.
knowledge.
Gets a lot of industry emails, so he's gonna keep pretty quiet on the front. I thought I'd put a disclaimer out here. We know no inside information. We don't have any scoops. We don't have any spoilers. This is all pure speculation, guys. So
But if we get it right, feel free to credit us.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. If we get something right, that just means we're awesome. We were gonna do a bingo sheet. We should do one for E3, but
Yeah.
So does anyone want to start? Vibe, you can start. You've been pretty quiet. You
For
start.
my predictions.
You don't have to throw them all out there. You can throw a couple out there and we'll have a chat about it.
I don't know. I was going to predict that something like EA is going to come out with a new Need for Speed.
Yep.
It's probably going back, trying to work their way back to their original routes of more customization
The glory
and
days.
like night driving and whatnot.
Yeah.
But not sure about predictions and that.
That's all right.
What do you think's going to be the headline after E3 week's done?
The
big
headline.
one? Mm.
Hopefully, Elden Ring. That's what I
That's a
want.
good headline.
That's what
Yeah,
I
that's
want.
true.
It's
I've
finally
seen that on
announced.
some of the lists.
Finally announced the game's actually coming is what we want.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Does it have an actual release date?
Nope.
It didn't,
Nope.
hey.
And they've only shown that. When did they show that trailer for it? Was it
The
like
trailer that shows nearly
was-
nothing?
Was that
That
two?
was released last year,
That was
halfway last
two
year.
E3 trade,
But it
two
was
E3s ago.
announced like
Yeah.
that's so many years ago.
Is
Yeah.
that the trailer with like the blacksmith?
Yeah.
He's like, it doesn't really show anything.
No,
Yep.
Yeah.
It was an
blame
announcement
George R. R.
trailer.
Martin.
An
George R. R.
announcement trailer.
Martin's taking forever to write the story. We'll blame
Uh-huh.
that.
Yeah,
Lots of DLC incoming for that game.
pretty much. Anyone want to throw some things out there? I've got 2 post-it notes full of stuff. So
I don't know, Redgrave. What do you predict? What do you predict will be announced in the next week?
Ooh.
Over the next few days?
Subby can host now because he's not going to talk about it anyway.
I would like to see Rare at least do something new. Like Sea of Thieves is great, but give us a
new
new
Banjo?
Perfect Dark.
New
Nah,
Banjo
fuck
Kazooie.
Banjo. Perfect
Well,
Dark.
yeah, they've already announced Perfect Dark.
Oh, they
I'm-
did too, didn't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to see gameplay. That's the big thing for one thing.
Yeah.
I can
you
walk
can
away from
predict
this
more
one.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably some gameplay would be nice.
Mhm.
At least a hint of when we're getting it.
Bro, game.
So these are
gameplay
predictions,
would be nice
not
for
what.
anything at E3.
So remember, these are predictions, not what you want to
Yeah.
see.
What
do you think
Yeah.
they'll show?
Don't really
Things
know
are
if the prediction.
Guaranteed. Guys, come on, bro. There's
Not too
heaps.
sure.
Look, let's go with
Um,
Stace then, and everyone else can
I'll
follow.
go. I'll go, and then you guys can add whatever I don't add. So I predict a Star Wars game, right? Because Fallen Order did so well. So to get another person to,
Developed by who?
EA are
EA.
behind everything.
No, EA's not doing it anymore, are they?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
EA 's
know.
someone else is
That's
gonna
what I
do it.
mean. Like there's someone
Who is it
else. Like
now?
was it Respawn? Respawn did.
Yeah.
that's
Fallen
EA.
Order?
Yeah, Respawn. Yeah, Titanfall creators.
Yeah, so I expect a Star Wars, even a new IP, because they saw how good, like a RPG-ish, like I don't know, what would you describe Fallen Order as? What genre?
RPG.
Yeah, RPG-ish.
Like
fun.
Technically,
Souls like
yeah.
RPG.
Yeah,
Technically
did
adventure
well.
in a way.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I think
Well, we
that's
did.
guaranteed predict. Well, for me, that's pretty a high up. I reckon there's going to
Well,
be
we
something.
did have
Star Wars.
Squadrons recently,
Yeah.
and that was complete and utter horse shit.
Why am I thinking that they had already? Someone had already announced they were working on a Star Wars game.
Because I think there
where's
was
it?
an announcement somewhere.
Where's
Yeah,
it?
and then it got cancelled, didn't it?
No,
Where's
I don't
it-
think it got cancelled.
Where's it gone to
Oh.
though? It's not EA anymore.
I don't know. I'm hoping someone's going to resurrect 1313, the one that was announced many years ago where you were a bounty hunter. And then that
Oh,
got
yeah.
cancelled.
Oh,
And then
It-
you know another thing makes me really think Star Wars they're gonna announce a Star Wars thing because the Mandalorian's been doing so well.
it went
Like
to
the TV
Yeah.
it
series
went to
was a
Ubisoft.
flop,
Ubisoft.
so,
To Ubisoft, that's right.
Ubisoft is doing a Star Wars game.
so I wouldn't even be surprised if there's like a bounty hunter Mandalorian type game announced.
Do you think they'd do a bounty hunter game in the Far Cry style, or you think they'd do a bounty hunter game in like the Assassin's Creed style?
It's
Because
an open.
Ubisoft do both.
It's an open world Star Wars
Probably
game.
Assassin's Creed, which we all don't want, but probably.
It's open
Um,
world. It's meant to be
Maybe
open
more
world.
like Ghost Recon.
Yeah,
Ghost Recon.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Division.
think another guaranteed is like it's pretty much a home run for Microsoft is a Forza Horizon announcement.
Set in
Probably with
Mexico.
gameplay, I'd say. And yeah, Vibe and I have already spoken about this in streams before. Like, it's leaked out that it's supposed to be Mexico, but
And we
who
all want
knows?
Japan.
we all want Japan.
Oh,
Like, how
Japan
have
would
they
be
not
amazing.
done Japan yet? You know,
Forza
they're waiting for
Horizon.
a really bad year in sales, and then you know what they'll be like: Forza 19, Tokyo. But yeah, I think that's pretty much a home run for Microsoft. if
Forza
they do that.
Horizon Perth.
That'll be trash.
Yeah, I know. Extremely
It's so
trash.
boring.
I think we'll hear. I predict. So it doesn't always have to be something new. I predict that we're going to see more footage of the DC games, Gotham Knight,
Oh yeah, 100%.
Suicide Squad. You can't drop a trailer with Superman looking like a beast and then, not follow up the next year.
Hmm.
This is a prediction, but I'm throwing it out there, a new Wolfenstein game. Because, the last one was
Plausible,
Youngblood,
yeah.
and that was poo, so they've literally got to have redemption. Like, is it Machine Games? I think it's Machine Games.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got to try and redeem themselves after that dumpster fire.
What? Which one?
Youngblood, bro.
Oh, Youngblood, the co-op one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Youngblood.
I didn't like it.
Oh, I tried to push that game out of my mind. I didn't mind it at the time, but the more I played it, I'm like, oh my god. Anything Mario or Zelda related for Nintendo,
Well, there's already news of the remake of Skyward Sword, HD remake for Zelda Skyward Sword.
Well, that's
Yeah.
out next month.
Yeah, so I don't know if they'll do another Zelda thing so soon.
Yeah.
Probably Mario.
I would love to see Mario. Mario Odyssey for the year it came out was my game of the year.
I'd like to see
that is
Nintendo
innovative.
make a new game instead of
Give us something
pulling-
Kirby
A new
related.
IP.
pulling all their old back catalogue and bringing it out on the Switch is not.
Mario, like also, yeah, like Mario's the thing. Like Nintendo doesn't do new games; they just keep continuing
Reinvent.
on. How?
Yeah, but that's what's crazy, right? You'd think after the year, like over the years, Mario would go stale. But oh my god, Odyssey was so good. It you wouldn't even
Yeah.
know that it's been in like so many games. Look, Nintendo are smart, right? They watch other people try and emulate what they do, and they
Mhm.
watch it crash and burn, and they go, haha, and then they release like another Zelda game or another Mario game, as a big finger to the industry. Because look at Ukulele try to kind of emulate like that sort of feel. What's that Wonderland one that just crashed and burned this year? Something Wonderland,
Wonderland game.
I think it's just
Not
called
sure.
Wonderland.
Wyland Wonderland, or something like that. I don't know.
No idea.
But yeah, that was a big bust. So I don't know. Feel free to jump in, guys, because I've got a whole nother post-it note yet.
I got a whole list.
Well,
as
before
well.
you keep going, the one I was going to suggest, I just thought of back when you were talking about DC was, I wonder if NetherRealm will announce what they're doing. They would have to.
Well, you know what? It's
Like,
getting
are
to
they
that
doing
point
a
that
Justice game? Are they doing a
another
Marvel
Justice
vs.
League
DC? Like, what are they doing?
and it is about time for another Injustice game or something similar.
So I predict they'd have to announce something. They'd have to announce what they're working on,
You
surely.
reckon NetherRealm are gonna?
They have to. It's been ages.
Yeah. I
Justice
put
3 should be
Starfield
out by now.
because Starfield's been in development like for so long. There's got to be some sort of.
Well, Bethesda's having their talk, like they have, coming back to have a dedicated section to themselves. Yes, it's combined with Microsoft, but you want to hope they're going to do that because what have they got going for them other than their subsidiary companies, Starfield and the new Elder Scrolls, which I don't think we're going to see another Elder Scrolls for another 5-7 years.
No.
That's crazy to
Yeah.
think about that because it's 10 years now since Skyrim came out,
Yeah.
and all we've had was an announcement that they're doing something with it. But
Yeah, but there's nothing.
for games that I think that's gonna that I'm predicting that's gonna come out and change things is, I reckon Nintendo is probably the most likely to bring out a game that nobody's
Great
expecting.
buzz. Yeah.
Because they teased Metroid Prime 4, which I think would be pretty sick. They may reboot that. They've got Breath of the Wild 2 coming out, all the things you know about, but I'm just trying to think about old franchises because they really do justice of the old franchise and bring it back. It has been about 20 or so years, maybe more, since there was actually a 3D Donkey Kong game. Because every single Donkey Kong game is a side scroller.
That would surprise me.
There's a rumored new Switch Pro that's coming out, which I still don't think is actually going to be a thing. Like I think the new powerful version is just going to be the handheld mode can match the docked mode. I don't think it's actually going to change the performance outside of that. I think it'll probably be a better screen because if they start tiering their switches, then it gets really awkward, and they've got so many things out there. So I reckon maybe they announce the new Switch Pro and then drop a 3D Donkey Kong game, which doesn't sound like much, but it's got a huge following. Donkey Kong has been around for longer than Mario.
That is
Yeah.
very Nintendo. But they'll
Mm.
announce a Switch Pro, and then the last thing they'll say is like, "Oh, Donkey
Yep.
Kong, blah blah blah, will be able to play it on the Nintendo Switch Pro."
I
or
would
something.
love for them to revisit Earthbound series. I don't
Mm.
know if anyone's ever played that. That's the original game
Mhm.
I
series that
haven't.
NES came from. And looking at the history of that game was nuts because the game was in such a shambles, and I'm pretty sure it was Satoru Iwata who stepped in and rewrote that entire game in 6 months, and it was one of the greatest Nintendo games of the 90s. I don't
Really?
necessarily know how well it would hold up now, but like that's a really big franchise that they could revisit. They keep pumping out Fire Emblem games, and I think people are getting sick of them, to be honest.
Yeah.
I can't see anything new coming out of the PlayStation or Xbox department other than stuff that they've already announced. You may get to see some Horizon or God of War gameplay, which, don't get me wrong, will be awesome, but I don't see them coming out this year.
Yeah. Not with the
I don't.
current
I don't
years.
think anything will be out this year.
No, they've
That
got
whatever's announced.
yeah, like you've got
Yeah.
Xbox, which Halo Infinite. Holy crap! I'm gonna scream like a little girl. You'll probably be able to hear me up in Brisbane from like when that gameplay starts.
It really looks
Um,
better too from the current comparison to their
yeah,
preview that everyone blew up on the internet about how bad it looked to their they've done to it since. You
yep.
know,
I think we'll hopefully get a release date for that too.
Hopefully it's this year.
2023.
I would not be surprised
Yeah.
because the history on that is that that game was in development for 3 years before they made the new game engine, and then they redid the whole thing. So they think it's been in development for 5 years, but it's only been developed for 2 or 3.
Yeah.
So, Perfect Dark, what Shane Walsh, Redgrave was saying.
Walshy.
I would
Yeah.
love to see that, but again, they only announced that they're working on it last year, so I don't
Oh,
expect to see
Perfect
that.
Dark. Yeah.
Yeah. See, Rare was like Rare's a good one. I didn't really think about because Rare's like the one that's kind of sitting on like a potential gold mine of all the old series that they've got. Hell, I mean, they
I
brought
reckon.
Banjo Kazooie back into Super Smash Bros. In the latest one, and that was a huge thing. But I don't know whether that generated enough hype for them to warrant making a brand new Crash Bandicoot. Oh, sorry, Banjo Kazooie, because Crash Bandicoot's just got his 4th game, and Ratchet and Clank's still going.
Yeah.
I just want some
They're
of those old
reliving.
ones. There's so many serious games that are coming out, serious shooters. Call of Duty, Battlefield. Battlefield's going to be amazing,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah,
so serious. I just
Battlefield
want
looks
something
good.
fun. Like Biomutants kind of brought that life back into me of looking at that and thinking, oh, that was fun. Like I want a quirky game like Donkey Kong or, maybe bring Earthbound or something like that. They're
Yeah.
my wishes anyway, because it just breaks the mold a bit. Kind of brings us back down to the fact that games are there for to be fun, not just look good.
Lately, it's been about reliving the oldies like Ratchet and Clank, and like you
Yeah.
mentioned Crash, but Crash is having a revival. And it
Yep.
kind of, I've got written down here, it makes sense that it's the 30th anniversary of Sonic this year. It wouldn't surprise me if Sonic drops because
They will be.
it's
Yeah.
merchandise central
I
lately.
think
My nephew, who has never even, my nephew is 5. Do you know what he asked for his birthday? Sonic stuff. He doesn't even know that's a video game character.
Yeah.
Plus, Sonic's got movies. Aren't they making a TV show about him?
What do you reckon, Sonic Battle Royale?
It's just a given that
at the
I'll
end of
probably just
the
another Sonic
Sonic's
Racer.
gonna be a
at the
thing.
end of the Sega thing they did the other week, they teased the new Sonic. At the end of it,
What?
The Sonic Colors.
Sonic
The
Colors.
console.
Yeah, but after the trailer, they teased
what?
a new Sonic.
Oh, okay.
I don't
So
know
there
much
is a
about
new
it, but
Sonic.
yeah.
So whether we will see more over E3, which I probably will.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sonic is just he's in a new era. New era Sonic is a thing, and half these kids don't even know he's a video game character. So to me, it makes sense for them to, because Sega's gonna be there.
Yep.
I can't really think of Sega doing. Well, there is a lot of Sega games, but much more. Like you think of Sega, you think of Sonic.
Mm.
So before I bring up a few more predictions, maybe
Mhm.
predictions.
You
What does
planting some seeds.
everyone think about the Battlefield trailer?
So good. I watched it at lunch. during lunch at work today, and it's just
What do
so
you
good.
think?
It's making me smile.
What,
I
what do
watched
you,
those as soon as I
This
got up
looks
and then
so
linked
good.
it to my boyfriend straight away. I'm like, you need to watch this.
It's so much fun.
Yeah, it looks good.
I
I'm excited.
absolutely. I don't know if anyone's seen the reaction from. I think it's Stun Gravy.
I've
The guy
seen
that
heaps of reactions today. They all
the guy that
freaking out
made
about the
the
jumping
guy that
out of
made the
the.
Rendizook move that they put in the trailer where he gets launched out of the
Yeah.
jet, shoots
Yeah.
himself at that. I
And then
watched the
jumps back
reaction of
in the jet.
him, and oh man, it made me want to cry with happiness of how happy he was. That was such a good moment.
I laughed right at the beginning when freaking they were all jumping off the cliff. He looks to his buddy and he gets taken out by a falling aircraft.
I feel
Yeah.
that. I feel I'm that person in those games.
That's right, Coach. So am I. I'm like the most unluckiest.
What do you think about not having single player in this?
I didn't know that.
We talked about this before.
Yeah, so there's no single player.
I'm a little
It's
bit upset.
3 modes of multiplayer.
A
To be
little bit.
fair, I don't think I played the last one's campaign.
Exactly.
I think this is why even COD was slowly steering away from single players at one point because no one finishes them.
Yes, statistic wise, it's
But it depends on the
lower end.
game, you know? Like, I thought Battlefield 5 was poo. But Battlefield 1 and its campaign, like, gave me chills. You know, I even teared up, I think, in the Anzac just because I have
Yeah.
to relate to it, you know? Because I'm not even Australian, but I get emotional at the Anzac Day because I think about what people did, their sacrifices, right? So I was tearing up just watching his little campaign bit.
It would have been interesting if they kept that model because I like what Battlefield 1 did, where
Stories.
it wasn't
Stories.
one,
Cut-
it
cut
wasn't one
in
continuous
and out
campaign.
of
It's like,
people's
yeah,
lives.
you want to go look
I
at that guy,
like
go hang out with him for a little bit.
Yeah, like it literally, it made you feel emotion towards what not just we're going through, what other people were going through. And I really appreciated how they, I don't know, it
They could
sounds really
bring back-
sappy, but they touched my soul. That game touched my soul.
They could bring back a campaign like Bad Company 1 and 2. That
Yeah.
was exciting and fun. But they just kind of went away from that, which was kind of boring coming through Battlefield 3 and 4.
Yep.
Mm.
That's what I was kind of leaning towards before. Like, all these campaigns are so serious. With exactly what you just said, Bad Company. Adding that little bit of lightheartedness to it,
Yeah.
everyone remembers those campaigns over the Battlefield 3 and 4 campaigns.
Yeah.
I think that's why this trailer was not so serious.
Yeah.
Mm.
Jumping out of
I-
showing all
I
the
really
fun,
like-
the fun side of where Battlefield.
I
The
think
only
it's
is.
fun
Battlefield
one.
moments.
Yeah,
You either make it super emotional and people connect with it, or you have fun with it. There's like
Yeah,
we
it's hard to
fluffy in
hard to find a
between,
middle
you
ground.
know? Yeah.
I do. I got to
yeah.
praise them for doing this because I talked with Redgrave about this when they announced Fallout 4, and they didn't have anything about it. Like, some leaks came out, said, there's going to be a new Battlefield this year. Now they've released a trailer, just it's a pre-rendered trailer with the in-game footage. And when I was watching it, I was like, oh well, it's not coming out this year if they're not going to show us gameplay. And then at the end of it, they're like, oh, in 3 days we're going to show you gameplay, and then in 3 months you're going to get the game.
they do
I
that
just
every
wish that
every
it's-
year. I think they do that though.
I know, but I just want that to be
Someone
like the
does.
standard for game companies instead of showing Elden Ring trailer 3 years ago and us still
Yeah.
And
thinking,
then
what the
radio
hell's going on?
silence.
Yeah. I just hate games being announced so early, but I know that's the producers, not the game developers themselves, because they
It's
want
they
to
got
show.
nothing. It's when they got nothing, they freak out and go, "Oh, well, we're working on this, even though it's
Yeah.
bare bones. Let's do a cinematic, like 5-second clip, you
Mhm.
know, to wet their
Um,
whistle."
Yeah, I just think the fact that the end of the trailer was saying gameplay footage in 3 days, and the game's going to be in a couple months, just so much easier to swallow, like a
And-
pre-rendered trailer.
And there's an early open beta too. It's not closed or anything.
Ooh,
It's
I didn't see
open.
that.
Yeah, so if you pre-order it, which is pretty
Mhm.
common, which is pretty standard,
What Battlefield?
if you
Yeah.
pre-order it, you
Yeah, boy.
get into the open beta, which I think it may even be up to a week before release, possibly.
Crossplay?
I don't know. I
Exciting.
would imagine so. I have no idea about
When do I
crossplay.
pre-order?
So yeah, if you pre-order it, you get open beta access.
When's
EA
pre-order?
Play.
You can pre-order it now. EB everywhere's got it up.
MK up in the house.
EA Play used to do those 10-hour trials for games a week before
Yeah,
they came out.
they still got
They're
that.
still doing
You
it.
still do 10 hours. You still get 10 hours of the trial when the game comes out.
And I think everyone with EA Play gets access to the beta regardless of
Does that
pre-order.
mean
yes, something
Game
like that,
Pass
yeah.
will
Yeah, because
Game Pass
EA,
get
EA
access?
Play.
Oh,
Sweet.
sweet.
We haven't heard anything
MKAU
about Game
always-
Pass yet. No
Always
news
on
about
the
Games
back.
Pass.
Join our clan.
But
Plan.
since EA Play's linked to Game Pass, we would get the 10-hour trial and
Yeah.
the access to the beta.
I don't know if I
Yeah.
read this somewhere, whether it was a rumor, but they might be bringing back servers again too, so you can rent your own
Private servers.
stuff.
Oh, that would be
So
good.
I'll
That's-
probably be doing what we usually do every time they do that, and open up a server.
Yeah.
I
So-
will lose my shit if Splinter Cell gets announced. Anything
Ooh.
Splinter Cell.
Well, I put
Yeah.
that on my wish because it won't be announced, but it's
I'm
So
wishing.
before we
hoping-
go into wishes,
I'm not finished yet, by the way.
oh, I thought you were finished.
She's
Oh,
got a
yeah,
whole
like-
other sticky note.
Alright, hold on. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
rushed,
so
huh?
I predict definitely there'll be an R6 update with the quarantine with its real name after its massive leak earlier this year. So you might as well just, put it all out on the table now.
They've already announced that, haven't they?
They've already done
Huh?
that.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know,
it's
but
already
they're
announced.
like, they didn't actually show footage.
Yeah,
It
they
was
did.
leaked. footage.
No, but they announced that they're going to show the whole game now because
Yeah.
everyone knows about it.
There you go. No,
They've already showed a teaser.
not given. Yeah, not a teaser, just like a full 10 minutes of gameplay because that's what Ubisoft normally do.
Mm.
This one will probably pique your interest. I dove into quite a bit of research on this one. 'cause it was really
We'll be the judge.
interesting.
Spit it out.
Yeah.
A secret Kojima project
Not
will probably be
interested.
announced. But rumors are that it's probably going to be exclusive to Xbox this time.
Yeah, I've heard about a bit of that.
Yeah,
Kojima
Yeah.
working with Xbox.
yeah. So I'm not going to say too much about that, but there's a lot of evidence
What's it
in the
supposed to be?
background. A secret Xbox Kojima collaboration.
Hopefully Silent Hill finished.
think-
Yeah,
Okay,
as
so-
long as it's not a walking sim, I don't care.
Well, looks like it
Well,
might
the
get your
rumours
Need for
are-
Speed vibey.
I
Oh,
divulge
no,
a
it's not gonna
little
be
bit
Need
of
for
this.
Speed.
The rumors are that it's probably going to be an episodic horror game, and they'll release it, in episodes on the Game Pass to keep people interested in the Game Pass.
It will be
You're not-
good if it's
You're not going to
Silent
leave
Hill.
the Game Pass if you're playing an episodic game that you're really into. So
They're kicking the teeth
it's a
to
rumor
Sony.
anyway.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't surprise me. I don't know if that's actually going to happen, but it wouldn't surprise me if Kojima walks across that stage at least one time.
What
during
stage?
E3. This is not really E3, but I predict that Sony will drop a PlayStation Direct keynote probably a week after E3, just kind of to the industry.
Hmm.
And lastly, I reckon there'll be a stack of DLC announced for bigger titles of last year. It's kind of like bread and butter for making money. Bringing back losses because of COVID and stuff is just DLC for things like Doom Eternal, Valhalla, maybe Assassin's Creed, and maybe even Resident Evil.
Valhalla.
Who knows? That would be interesting.
Resident
Yeah.
Evil.
It'll be interesting to see if that does get DLC.
Yeah, because it's such a good game, but it's a game you play. Well, in Redgrave's case,
Was it-
you play 12 or possibly 25 times.
I think I'm up to
Most
about
people like
20
me play it
times.
once and then be like, I'm not going to go back to it.
I read somewhere that Ada Wong got cut from Resident Evil 8.
Yeah, she's in the concept art.
Yeah, I
so
did see
apparently
that.
people were speculating it might be DLC to do with Ada.
Could be.
That'll be DLC, 100%.
Yeah.
They always do
Anyone
that.
want to comment on that? No.
What we just did.
Yeah.
No, well, I said 8 things then. 6.
Well, I know that Call of Duty won't be there this year,
Oh,
but
God.
they are talking about releasing a World War II map for Warzone as a way to bridge into the new game. So I don't know whether that's going to be an addition to the
That's
two maps that are already available. I don't know.
What
Like,
makes you think Call of Duty's not going to be there?
They said so.
Okay.
They're not going to show off Vanguard, like the new Call of Duty. So
Freaking
they keep that
lads,
separate.
okay.
They said that the only thing they're going to show is Warzone which just seems. I mean, that's their moneymaker because I'm just trying to think about it. When was the last time
Adding
there
a
was a
new map
campaign
is
trailer
smart,
for
you
Call of
know?
Duties and stuff like that?
And
Yeah.
it makes so much money off the store for Warzone.
hmm
You know.
Well, we've got money out of at least 3 of us the other week.
Yeah, hands up if you bought the the Rambo and the John skin from
John
Die Hard.
McClane.
John McClane.
I'm too
No.
poor.
I didn't buy Rambo
5.
though. Rambo looked a bit cross-eyed. But John
Yeah.
McClane looked baller.
Speaking of games with money dumps, like Rick's in Fortnite now.
Yep. Level 88 battle
Extensions?
pass to unlock.
Oh my god! I
You
have
need
no
to
idea
get
what's
back
going on.
into
with that game.
Fortnite.
I've watched the trailer and I'm like, just thinking, what is this game now? What happens in the multiplayer? Are you fighting alien ships now, or is that a addition to the save the world side of things, or is it
No,
just
there are
alien
alien
ships.
ships around the place now.
The aliens
can
have
drive them as
invaded
well.
certain sections, which change per map, per load of the map. Each time you jump
Okay.
in, like each different areas have been invaded. But you
Yep.
can take them down and steal their ray guns and use the ray guns, or the
There's too much lame stuff now.
you
It's
can
not the Fortnite.
you can
that
steal the
grew me.
spaceships as well, and you
That's
can
right.
load up a whole squad on it. It's so fun.
And it's dinosaurs running around. It's
No, they're gone.
stupid.
They're gone.
No, they're gone.
Fuck them. They're out of
It's
here.
just stupid. It's not.
Yeah,
not
but
yeah,
they're
cool
gone.
that's a
anymore.
full time job keeping up with Fortnite. Holy crap!
Yeah.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Well, we always need a third, so start playing it.
I've got it updated. Like I logged on last night and it started updating while I was trying to play Destiny. But every single time I think I've tried to play Fortnite in the past, there's another 12 gig update. Just-
Oh,
yeah,
dear.
Do you need to carry through a raid anytime soon, Fletchy, or what?
yeah. I mean, like
Yeah,
you're one
Lance
for
knows
one.
some
You got
people.
100% success rate in your raids.
Lance
Yep.
knows people.
Lance knows
I don't know.
people. Lance
Are,
won't.
are we allowed to talk
Lance
about
is
that,
bad,
or
but he knows
Talk about
people.
what?
about your Volta Glass raid?
Well, yeah, we can talk about it. What's wrong with that? Did it flawlessly. I didn't even make any
Mm.
mistakes.
So
It was these
level
These clowns made all
level
the
wise,
mistakes.
level wise, Subby was 60 light level below the recommended raid
Oh,
thing.
dear.
Sends me a message. He's like, "Oh no, we can't do it." I was like, "Yeah, let's do it. Let's just carry you through it." So we got through the raid, and you did it really well. Like there's people
Thank
that
you.
are leveled
Thank you.
up, and we tell them the process. Like, please do this, do that, and it's always 6 or 7 wipes later they go, "Oh, I didn't realize." And I was just like, pick up the relic, save us, and you're like, "Right, got it," and you did it. Half an hour. That was amazing.
Less than that, 25 minutes.
Yeah, but yeah, you couldn't
Jeez.
even do damage to the boss.
I did a little
Oh,
bit.
jeez.
I did a
You
little
have
bit.
to be within 50 light level to do damage, and he was 60 out.
Oh dear. So what's your level now? Did it improve his level?
I don't know, 1270
You get
something
like
now.
4 or 5
1270
pieces of gear,
something.
don't you?
No, I didn't get any dropout. It's a really what's the percentage of drop for the gear?
It's pretty low on the boss.
Yeah,
Like,
I didn't get anything out of it, really.
What about
I
the
think you got
sections in
something out of the
between?
gatekeeper encounter.
Huh?
Yeah, you got some stuff out of that, but he didn't get anything out of the final encounter. We were hoping you were going to get the Vex Mythic class just
Yeah,
to
no, I
annoy.
didn't.
I kept asking him about that, and he's like, "What the fuck's that?"
Yeah, no, I didn't get it. I just got some
Yeah.
standard gear that was higher than what I had, so I whacked it on,
Yeah, it took me 4 months to get the Eyes of Tomorrow, which was the raid exotic from the last DLC, and like that was the Eyes of Tomorrow, and it took me 2 raids to get the Vex Myth class in this one.
Oh, wow.
So pretty
I think I
happy
got
with
a
that.
really late game in Destiny 1.
Yeah,
Well, we need to carry Vibe
Fortunately.
and Vibe and Redgrave through.
yeah, like
Yeah, I've got to get back into it.
we took.
Same.
I remember we took Redgrave through the Deepstone Crypt, and that was when he was like super underleveled.
I haven't done
Yeah.
that one yet. I haven't done Deepstone Crypt.
I think
Oh,
I
we
was
gotta-
only like 20 or 30 levels under.
Yeah.
I
All
stopped
right,
as Destiny 2.
All right.
guys,
Anyway,
so
this is not a Destiny podcast. Can I go
Yeah.
now? Can I go with some predictions?
Go,
Mhm.
go.
I reckon that will be Call of Duty. Just to let you know. So,
All right, Red.
BioShock
sorry, Red.
4.
Ooh.
Woo!
I only played through the Bioshock games
I
recently,
bet-
like last year.
Well, that's a
I
that's a
predict.
prediction.
I
instead of a wish.
predict that BioShock 4 will be shown. Okay. What do you
Are
reckon?
the same developer or was it someone else?
2K?
Because
2K?
Maybe-
2K?
I don't trust any of
Maybe
yours.
if you ask them kindly if they'll show Bioshock 4, you'll get it.
2K?
Yeah.
I got that reference. I don't know if anyone else. Would you
Um,
kindly?
I don't know whether you guys have been following about the Indiana Jones stuff too with Bethesda.
Yeah,
I think we'll hopefully see something.
I was gonna say that, but then I'm like, well, what, they've only just announced it. Maybe they won't.
No, I reckon they'll show it. It's not definitely not one that I care too much about, but I think they
No,
will show it.
same.
I think they'll definitely
Yeah.
show it.
I think we're due for at least a trailer for it by now.
Oh, yeah,
But yeah,
maybe.
don't be surprised if you don't see COD, and I reckon you'll be surprised where it'll be shown. It might be shown at Xbox, maybe.
That'll be a
Well,
surprise. Back on
Ooh.
Xbox.
Their exclusive
I
deal with
think
PlayStation's almost
I
up.
think we'll finally, hopefully, see the end of the exclusivity with
PlayStation.
PlayStation.
We did have it for many years beforehand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been that many years now with PlayStation. So
True.
I
I
don't
think
know.
they should
I
just
just,
get rid of it altogether. But
yeah, I just,
Yeah,
I,
they should.
the- I can't see an E3 happening and without a COD being shown somewhere along the line.
Man, COD's not loyal. They'll be like, whoa, look at Xbox throwing all their money around lately.
Screw it, we're going
Dive
to
into
Switch.
that bucket. Yeah, exactly. They don't care, bro. They'll go wherever the money is now. Ooh, Xbox, hello. You've been buying up big, I hear. So,
What else did I sort of? What else was announced recently and they haven't shown anything?
I'm still gobsmacked over Bioshock. I didn't even
Bioshock
think-
4, yeah, I
No.
guarantee you they definitely have to show something. They announced, when did they first announce they were working on Bioshock 4?
I'm not gonna bet money on anything.
I
because
feel
it's only
like
been
not
less than
betting
a
against
year.
W.
I feel
Until-
like I don't know. It's at least a year or two. It's been a while. It feels like it's been ages since they first spat out the words Bioshock 4.
Plus, number 3, it's been ages since number 3 came out too, so
Hmm.
kind of makes sense. Anyway,
Anyway,
Keep
they'll
going.
sort of add those couple.
let's
What about
get
Dragon
all
Age
of that
4?
out there.
Dragon Age.
I don't really like Dragon Age games, but I'm
Never
sure.
really
I'm
liked
sure.
too
I'm
much,
sure
though.
we'll see Dragon Age as well. Yeah, that's
It
true.
would be nice, in between while we wait for Elder Scrolls something.
I don't reckon we'll
It'll
see a Need
probably
for
be
Speed
like
though,
a
vibe.
remake for Dragon Age, like what they just did with Mass Effect.
Mm.
I don't reckon we'll
Like
see
if-
Need for Speed. I thought weren't they wrapping up all the previous games? They're shutting all the servers
I don't
down.
know.
Yeah, they are shutting the servers down for like 4 Need for Speed games.
That's so you play the new one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like the
Yeah.
one that what's it, the one
That's
that's
the old
out.
bait and
I feel like the
switch.
one that's out now isn't that old, though.
Yeah, but they released them pretty quickly lately. Like a remaster, then they had was it 2019?
Yeah. Yes, I think it. Oh, yeah. No, it might have been.
No, it was
yeah, you're right.
end of 18, I think. Like it was in that window though.
Yeah. What about the new Wonderlands? Is that what we talked about earlier? Didn't we mention something about Wonderlands?
No, I did, but mine was like a kind of like a Mario type game.
No,
like
this is
platforming,
this is
2D
the
platforming.
spin-off of Borderlands.
The spin-off.
Haven't heard anything
Wonderlands?
about it.
Oh, whoops.
I don't know about that.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Say that for another podcast.
There's something else you're not meant to be talking about.
Yeah, I'm sitting thinking I'm really out of the loop on this one.
Do we want to move on to wishes?
Just
Bobby,
talk. What?
You're in charge.
No, I'm
Wishes.
sure Wonderlands has been.
I have a side category that I'd like to discuss.
Mm.
What celebrity is going to turn up this year?
Yeah, Wonderlands. Just so you know, Gearbox did
Celebrity.
confirm Wonderlands.
Spencer, mate. He is the true celebrity of
Probably
E3.
Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel will probably freaking show up for Ark.
Yeah, he'll turn
Oh,
up.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking
not
hell.
But
really.
I'm talking about surprise one, like
Surprise.
yeah, because Keanu Reeves just walked out
Yeah.
last year and he's like, by the way, I'm in the game.
Do you know a
Well,
lot
like
of the
the-
developers didn't even know he was coming until like they kept it super hush
It
hush.
seemed like a pretty late addition, but
Yeah.
what if they did like they remade I'm just trying to think of like a really far-fetched game and they put Kevin Hart as the main character or something like that. Like Perfect Dark was remade with Kevin Hart as the main star or something like that. Or they did Splinter Cell. What if Splinter Cell was remade with Kevin Hart?
Oh,
I don't know what's coming out.
Nothing that we know of.
all right. Well, that's
Well,
fair
it doesn't
enough.
have
Quiet.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a new game because
They could have like a
Henry
well,
Cavill could come
hologram
out
of
and talk
Sonic the
about
Hedgehog. That would
Suicide
be
Squad.
cute.
He's
ooh.
gonna build his PC live on stage.
Yeah,
He just sits in the
Oh my
background while
God,
everyone's
that
doing
would
their
be
thing.
funny. The lead CEO of like PlayStation comes out, dabs on stage, and then leaves.
they're not welcome here. They have no power here.
You have no power here. I don't know, like I already said I reckon Kojima's gonna be like, hey I don't
Oh,
know,
well,
maybe
why don't we talk about what we want to see?
Ben Affleck comes
Ben
like
Affleck. You want to see
Batman.
Ben
Do you
Affleck?
want to see Ben Affleck?
Yeah. Bro, I
Okay.
always want to see Ben Affleck.
You'll get Robert Pattinson to.
Wishes.
Yeah.
Okay, so for wishes, I wish to see. I don't think we will, but I wish to see an update for Elder Scrolls 6. But I'm not holding like my breath on that. Because like Fletch brought up earlier, dude, Bethesda take forever to make anything. They've also got their reputation to try and bring back after Fallout 76, so I don't think they're gonna show anything till it's polished. You know, I don't know. They just take forever to make Elder Scrolls games, so I don't hold my breath on that.
Well, in
Splinter
a
Cell
10-year span,
revival. Yeah.
in a 10-year span, they did Elder Scrolls 3, 4, and 5, and now it's been
Yeah.
11 years and we haven't got anything.
Yeah. I think they're a bit scared, so I don't know.
It's the whole case
Yeah.
of this
Scared.
generation had 3 games, or this game had
Yeah,
3
it's
consoles.
Grand Theft Auto the whole
Yeah.
time. Everyone's getting angry at them, and
Yeah.
Bethesda sitting in the back going, "Oh shit."
Plus, we all know I think it's what creativity engine is trash. I don't know. I think they've got to do some experimenting before they bring something else. I put maybe a Splinter Cell revival, like an RPG type Splintery game, would be cool, but I don't see that coming. I would like to see like a new Batman game, like a Warner Brothers type. Is it Warner Brothers that did the Arkham
Warner
series?
Bros.
and
Yeah.
stuff? Yeah, like a new Arkham type, like add to the Arkham franchise, a new Batman game. You know, those games are iconic in their own right. I also my last one. This is probably my shortest list. Is probably a new Division game instead of keep dumping events and manhunts into Division 2. Keep going with the story. Like number 2 wrapped up nothing, so just make a third game.
I don't
So-
reckon we'll see another Division for
I
a
don't reckon we
while.
will.
But
But that's a
That's what I
wish.
wanted from Destiny. I wanted to wrap 2 up and just start a new one after leaving Activision, but they didn't.
There you go. That's a wish. You wish for a new Destiny.
What else do you wish, Vibe?
I wish for a new Skate.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Skate games. Skate 4. Apparently there was some leaks and rumors about it going around quite a while back. Maybe EA might hopefully announce something. But they're not working with Black Box anymore. Apparently that's the reason why there has been no Skate 4. But other than that,
Skate was the real technical skateboarding game, wasn't it?
yeah, the flick it controls. But there's
Yeah.
been a couple of other Skate games that have come out recently that have more, like, use both the sticks. Like one controls your back foot, one controls your front foot. They're a bit too much for me.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's a bit extreme.
Yeah, takes a bit of getting used to. Other than
Yeah,
that, yeah, just
I
Elden
know the
Ring.
game because I had to review that one, the Skate game.
Which one was
Skate. Skater XL
that?
or
Skater
Skater
XL.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Very
It's-
advanced.
it can be fun at times, especially when you do pull off some miraculous tricks and stuff and you feel good about it. But then you go do the same thing again and you just crash. Yeah, other than that,
Sorry.
hoping and wishing for Elden Ring news. Just like Red probably is too. Man, I have no other really wishes.
Don't
Just
wish
like
for
to see
anything
what happens.
else. Jeez.
Nah,
okay.
I just like to see what happens and then I
Mine was
like the look of
Bryce,
that.
Very happy. Easily.
I like the look of that. I'll wait until that comes out and I'll pick it up. That's how I work.
Red Gravy, what about you, bro?
Well, the only thing I've really been wishing for I doubt it will happen at E3 since it's mainly PlayStation exclusive. But I would love Bloodborne too.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
Fletch,
Fletcher
Fletch,
knows what
Oh
I'm
my
about.
God.
Fletcher needs a
You,
moment.
you would hear me. Oh, like I'd be done.
The
I'd
amount
need to
of
sleep
times me
afterwards.
and you
That
played
came
that
out.
game and hearing you rage over bosses, fucking
Oh,
classic.
Oh, dude, you need to
it's
stream
one of
that.
the
I
most
need to watch that.
frustrating perfect games ever.
Bloodborne, huh?
Yeah,
It's so pretty to look at, hey, for
Oh, it
what it
is.
is. Dark
But,
Souls bores me, but Bloodborne, I can watch people play Bloodborne. I'm like, oh, that's cool.
I doubt we'll see that at E3 since you know, From Software is not there or anything. So
Fletcher's gonna dream about this tonight. Oh, Bloodborne too.
Oh, I would.
He's going to touch himself.
Born by that blood.
What else,
I
Grove? Is
love
that
that
it? That's all
series.
you want?
pretty much, yeah.
That's it. You don't want nothing.
I'm an easy game at a place.
Yeah, you guys are.
Okay.
Sound like a one-year wench. Go, Fletch.
Fletch, what do you want to? What do you want to see?
I just want to see a lot of beta game like comes out of games so I can actually test them to see if they're good.
Yeah,
I just really want Halo Infinite to come out with a multiplayer beta, and it'd be
Right.
fun, and it'd be focused on vehicles, like chuck some warthogs in and all these fun stuff, because that's what Halo 5 lacked when it first came out. Halo 5 initially came out really focused on the competitive side of things, when the stupidest things that you play in the old Halo games is blowing up a warthog, flying across the map and flipping over, and the massive elephants and stuff like that. I just want I want a beta to come out. One of those things where they go, oh, it's a really cool game. By the way, the beta launches in 3 hours, and I freak out and scream at 3 a.m. in the morning.
And then you take today off work.
Yeah. I
Right.
I love the Gears of War series. Like I know I'm only talking about Xbox exclusive at the moment, but Gears of War 5 really ended on a holy crap moment, and I really am excited to see where the next one goes. I think that's one of the few games where I look forward to the campaign more than the multiplayer when they announce them.
Yeah.
We're talking about Battlefield games where we don't really care whether there's the campaign or not, but the next Gears of War campaign, I am super hyped for. I would love for that to be announced. I doubt we're going to see gameplay. Because when did the last one come out? 2019? 2020? It's been.
I think it's
It feels
longer
like
than
it's been.
that.
I think it's
Gears
been long. Yeah, it's
5.
been a while.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, it might be 2018. I played it at one of the PAXs.
So,
Yeah,
like, I would love
2019.
them. And 2019? Okay,
Yeah.
so it's been 2 years. So you think they could at least announce that there's a new one coming out, just so I know that they're going to do it. I mean, the way they left it, I don't know if anyone's played it. I don't want to talk about it, spoilers, because even though it's only 2 years old, but yeah, big implications in the last game, and it looks like they're going to wrap up possibly with this next one. But other than that, the last thing that I really wish for is gameplay of Breath of the Wild 2.
Yeah.
It's the first direct sequel that they've had in the Zelda series since
When-
Majora's Mask.
When's the Nintendo Direct on? That's on soon. Isn't that
Wednesday.
on? Was it Wednesday? I thought it was sooner than
Wednesday.
that. Okay.
No, it's afterwards.
That sucks. It's ages away.
My wife really wants some more Animal Crossing news, so see what they bring out with that. But yeah, they're my big three. Like I want to see Halo gameplay and have like a multiplayer beta, Gears of War announcement, possibly campaign trailer or something, and then just Zelda Breath of the Wild too.
Yeah, that's some pretty decent wishes.
Mm,
I don't know about the Gears one.
yeah.
Sorry.
If I hadn't seen anything from Horizon Zero Dawn's sequel, Forbidden West, I'd be super excited to see that. But they just showed a 20-minute trailer, and then they announced that it may or may not come out this year. I don't think they've
Yeah, I
even
think
given a
that's the
release date.
worst thing to do. Show so much gameplay and then say it's not coming out anytime soon.
So
Stupid.
if I hadn't seen any gameplay of that, I'd say that's one of the biggest things I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to. Because there's a big game from each platform that I'm looking forward to, which is pretty exciting. And next year we're going to be getting some good exclusives. Hopefully in the next year.
Yes.
You're right.
And
That's
one last thing I want
Yeah,
to
you just dying there on camera.
Yeah, I know, I
Christ.
muted myself that time. I've got a dry cough.
one
still.
last thing I want from E3 is more awkward memes, because I've been watching meme and cringe compilations of the last couple of years of all the hosts and all the
Cringe
showcases
moments are
they
the
put
best
up.
moments, right?
Yeah, there's like the Uncharted 4 reveal where he takes a step forward and then he just stands there slumped over. And then the guy threw a tantrum because he's like, "Oh, it's not bloody working." And then they had to show like a pre-recorded gameplay, and the guy was pissed, and it
Yep.
was hilarious. And I watch it every year. It's funny.
I hope they don't like have any like cringy like influencers up on the stage, or YouTubers, or you know what I
Logan
mean?
Paul.
I think
and
they'll.
Yeah,
I
Logan
think,
Paul
Yeah.
fighting Floyd Mayweather
because it's
again,
all
getting
because
knocked
it's
the
all
fuck out.
online. Because it's online, I think it's just going to be a bunch of pre-recorded
Good.
bits and
want to see devs.
pieces.
We
I
don't
think
wanna see-
Jeff Keighley will be the only thing kind of live from somewhere
Yeah.
presenting things as they get
I reckon they'll
announced.
have.
But they won't have
Oh,
anything live.
wait. Is that games over Greggy, dude?
No, Jeff Keighley used to
Jeff
be
Keighley's
the
Game Award.
Game
He
Awards
was a
guy.
bit last year. I'm like, no, just
Not
pay
Jeff,
me
not
nothing. Yeah.
Greg Miller, I think.
Greg
that's
Miller.
right, I
Yeah,
think.
not him.
Yeah.
He
Kinda
like
funny, yeah.
he may turn up for something, but no. Jeff Keighley is hosting most of it, a big
Okay.
chunk of it. The Summer
Yeah.
Game Awards, whatever it's called.
Oh wait, he's the one that does most of them. Eh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah,
good.
he's good.
Yeah, I can see his face now.
Good old
Um,
Jeff Keighley.
So, what do we don't
No,
want
no,
to
no,
see?
no, 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 no. Calm down.
Oh, you got wishes.
I haven't said mine yet.
Oh,
Right,
so much
man.
for not
Stubby,
saying much.
what do you
I'm an
wish?
insider.
Well, I just remembered a bunch of
Enlighten
stuff
us.
that I want to. Okay, well,
Okay.
I want a new Mortal
Okay.
Kombat. Okay, so
Of course he does.
no, I want.
Always top of the list.
No. I want. Like I said before, I want NetherRealm to show us what they're doing. So I want it
So
to.
that's
I
a
don't. I don't.
wish,
e-
so
I
you don't
don't
come back
even
and see
care
it?
if it's Injustice 3. I
Any
want.
That
game.
I
desperate.
just want something that they're doing. Yeah, they do good fighting games too. We need a good one.
Yeah.
And I do want to see more of those other DC games that Stace mentioned. The
Gotham Knights and
Gotham
Suicide
Knights
Squad.
mostly. I'm not too interested in the Suicide Squad one, but
See, I'm the opposite. I'm more interested in the Suicide Squad one.
nah, Gotham Knights.
Like, I don't know.
It would be good if they said they were working on GTA 6 or mentioned something about what they're doing.
Doubt they will. They're
I
up.
put that
They're
in the-
putting
in
it
the
out on the
notes.
new consoles.
I got
Could
that
be
in
a
my
new
note.
heist for.
Why?
I
Yeah,
can see a
Xbox.
They're going to
announcement.
milk that for another few years.
Well, they already said that they're releasing GTA 5 on next gen. So it's another release of it.
Yay! Cool.
But
Announcement.
I kind of just want to know what they're doing, you know. I would imagine it's a GTA 6. I don't know.
I can imagine if everyone went on strike and nobody bought Shark cards for a month,
Shark
there would be a
cards.
GTA 6 trailer out. And they go, yeah, another game's coming out.
Yeah.
That'd be it.
As soon as they stop earning money from GTA 5, then they'll be like, all right, come on, let's start doing it.
Could say that for a lot of games though.
I would like to
Uh,
see Rockstar do a Bully 2.
yeah,
that'd
I'm
be
not.
Anyone play
cool.
Bully?
That's
Yeah.
a mad wish. I would totally buy that in a heartbeat.
I don't
Dude, I
know.
was
I want
done
another
that
GTA
fucking
game. I'm
games ages ago.
so sick of seeing and hearing about GTA 5. Just bring out another one.
Indeed.
And otherwise, what was the other one? A new Mafia game. I'd like a
yeah.
new Mafia game.
Didn't we recently get a new one?
Cool.
I prefer that to GTA.
They
I've not
re-released the
noticed
H.
I read the
Yeah,
They
re-
remastered the
re-released.
first 3,
I really enjoyed Mafia 3 as well. That was good.
but 3 came out donkeys ago. So I'd like
Yeah.
to see a new Mafia game.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we will.
That's good.
Other than that, I've got nothing. I don't think. Let's check my
What about-
notes.
Well, for Rockstar, would you want a Max Payne game?
Yeah,
Payne?
Max Payne. I do like Max Payne. I just don't see them going back to it anytime soon for some reason. Oh, Splinter Cell.
gonna
You
make
guys
it
mentioned
easy.
Splinter Cell before. Yeah, I'd like to see a Splinter Cell game finally come out. I'd like him just to do a sequel to one of the last games they did. Maybe I don't know.
I just want to hear that sound of him like with his like laser sight eye things.
What was the last one they
Yeah.
did? Conviction,
No, I don't even know what they call it.
Blacklist.
Blacklist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they did a
And-
sequel to one of those two, it would be pretty cool.
I didn't mind Blacklist. I go back and play it every now and then.
I have a
Uh,
hard time in stealth. I always screw it up.
no, I like those sorts of balanced games, stealth and action. But if we're talking about stuff I don't want to see, to be honest, it's really just COD. I just think it needs a break, and I don't want to see a COD. Even though I think we will, I don't want to see it.
How many developers do they have now? Is it like just 2 or 3?
Infinity Ward, Treyarch, and Sledgehammer.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Ravensoft does the multiplayer side of
Yeah.
things.
Raven
Yeah.
and their other little studios do like the DLCs and the bundles, and one does Warzone. I think Raven and someone else does a lot of the Warzone stuff. But no, I don't want to see another Call of Duty. Just give it a break. I don't want to see another Assassin's Creed.
Are we
I'm
on to
just keen
don't
for
sound?
another Assassin's Creed.
I didn't even think about Assassin's Creed. I'm done with
No,
that.
don't
I
wanna
don't think, I don't
see-
think Lance has
Done.
finished his wish list yet.
I don't want to see another Assassin's Creed.
Well, what's that don't? You keep saying don't.
This
I
is
don't.
part of his wish list.
This is
Yeah.
no. This
He
is my
wishes.
don'ts. This is the stuff I don't want to see. Are we doing don't
Yeah.
still?
Yeah, like
Yeah, but
apparently
you
he
didn't
said.
even segue into it, bro.
He
Good.
did. He said, speaking of things I
Speaking
don't
of
want to see, I
things-
did hear that.
Yeah,
Okay.
don'ts. I don't want to see CODs. I don't want to see any more Assassin's Creeds for a while.
Unless it's in Japan.
Assassin's Creed in Japan.
There was something else I didn't want another one of.
I don't want to see, and this everyone's gonna hate me for this. I'm gonna
Can't
cop so
remember.
much. I don't want to see Final Fantasy crap. Don't want to see it.
What?
Done.
Shit, you
I
go and
beg
see
to
it.
differ.
We're gonna.
beg
I
to
know we're
differ.
gonna.
Yeah.
And I'm
beg to
gonna fast
differ.
forward that crap because I don't want to see it. No one
Because
cared. Well, I don't care.
Okay.
It's due for a trailer, so you're gonna see it.
I'm sure something's due for a 14th remaster.
There will be. It's like the pinnacle.
I'm really out
of
of the
is
loop
it
with
Square
it,
Enix?
but it's Final Fantasy VII. Is that coming to Xbox or is that only
No,
PlayStation?
they
They-
extended it by a year again.
Yeah, Sony paid for another 6 months of exclusivity,
6 months?
Why?
Oh.
and then
just-
they
oh,
Because they
and then
need
they
stuff.
put the latest DLC, which came out today, behind the paywall of buy the PlayStation 5 or you don't get the DLC for PS4.
Fancy.
Uh,
Makes
We
me
don't
cry
need
on
to
the
sell
inside.
PlayStation 5s at the moment. What
Too
kind of
bad.
strategy is that?
Yeah.
Even on the Final Fantasy VII game ran perfectly fine on a PlayStation 4. There was no issues.
Oh, they finally fixed the door though. The
The door?
door leading to Cloud's house. They finally actually finished texturing the fucking thing. It took them a PS5 upgrade to do it. Fucking idiots.
And while
What else don't you want to see, Stacey?
while Subby said he wants to see GTA, I did
yeah.
right. I don't want to see any sort of wishy-washy GTA announcement. Like, if you're gonna announce it, go full steam with like explosions and all kinds of stuff. Don't be like letters just go up on the screen. GTA 6. Like, I don't want to see that. That's like it goes back to the
Camera
Sky
pan
thing.
over some mountains.
Yeah. 6 years later, it actually releases. No, I don't want to wishy-washy one. If you're gonna announce something, go full steam. Mine is I got some like really broad things. Like I don't want to see a lot of remakes and remasters. Like just
Yep.
let that go out through the year. Like we know that's gonna happen anyway. You don't need to do an announcement for it. I don't want to see a lot of exclusives. Like, dude, it's 2021. Like, we don't need competition. Like, we're kind of over that sort of teenage drama, even though we always like joke about it. Like, I don't really care. Like, I don't think there's any need for, exclusives anymore. Like, crossplay, it's new world order, mate. Like, that's what people want. So why segregate communities anymore?
I think at this point, people have already chosen what platform they want to play on, regardless.
Yeah, so I don't really even in Xbox, I might be Team Xbox, but I don't think they need exclusives. Like people want to play with their friends, just let that happen. So anyway, that's mine. The only real game I don't want to see is Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
But yeah,
You
anyone
gonna?
else? I am. We're gonna. I already know that, dude. I'm in the sad realization there's gonna be Final Fantasy nearly every year of E3 ever. So.
Mm.
I guess you won't be modding when I'm playing Final Fantasy.
No, I will, but I'll put you on mute. Like, welcome back to work. Anyone else?
Fletch,
Anyone
I,
really
I don't
want
want to see another franchise get turned from a really good game into a battle royale like Titanfall.
Oh, yeah.
Like, see,
Yep.
Apex is doing really well, and it has that new game mode that makes it, less like battle royale. But I'm
Yeah.
still hurt that we may potentially never get a Titanfall 3 because of Apex, because I love Titanfall 2. I can't really think of too many things. Like, obviously, Halo Infinite. I'm really scared that they're going to announce there's a battle royale for that, which I'll be
That'd be
upset
whack.
about.
Didn't
Yep.
they already announce that?
I
Unfortunately,
don't know if they have. I've blocked it out.
I'm
Blocked
pretty
out
sure
everything.
they did.
yeah, I don't know.
don't
I,
read
keep, I,
anything, you don't
I
get
seem to have
disappointed.
the feeling
I think they
Battle
did.
Royale was mentioned in the same
Yeah.
sentence as Halo.
Yeah. So like obviously I don't want to see any of that stuff. And there's not a huge list of things that I don't specifically want to see. Obviously, what I don't want to see is, you were mentioning Call of Duty and stuff like that. I don't want to see a game that comes out on both platforms that one platform has paid for exclusive content in there. Like
Yeah.
if it's going
Or
to be on all
advanced
platforms,
content.
yeah. So like Call of Duty admits an entire game mode for an entire year on one platform. And
Yeah,
even
dog
when
act.
they were on Xbox, it was stupid that the Xbox would get the multiplayer packs a month early. I just don't like that. Like if
Yeah,
it's on,
I don't think they'll do that anymore though. I think all
yeah,
the DLC is free now, isn't it? Across the
Yeah.
yeah. So you just pay for the battle passes and stuff like that. So,
Yeah. It's like
no,
like
like
I don't know.
I think it was set for a pretty good E3. And the last thing, which is just like what everyone wishes, like, I don't want to see more pre-rendered trailers than gameplay trailers.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I think it's okay if they're using it in
Um,
an announcement
which-
form. Like if they're just announcing a game and they want to show a cinematic or something, that's fine, in my opinion.
Yeah, but when the whole thing, like nearly the whole E3 is all cinematic trailers, it becomes a bit disheartening.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when you walk away with nothing, it's a bit annoying. Like if
But you
if
walk away
Battlefield 6
with
was
just a bunch of announcements, that's all.
yeah, if Battlefield 6 only showed the pre-rendered trailer and we weren't going to get a gameplay follow-up in 3 days, I'd probably be
Worried.
like less excited for it. So yeah, that's my negative. Like I don't wish list.
No, they're all valid. I've actually got a little one. I don't want to see like them promising betas and alphas and stuff and then nothing happening. Like I went through my old email the other day. I still have 2 emails from a couple of E3s ago when Skull and Bones announced they were having an open beta and that you had to sign up for it, and that
Yeah,
never came around.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah.
Beyond Good and Evil 2 had a beta, and that never came around
But
either.
I forgot about that.
I actually logged into my Ubisoft account the other day to do something, and I think I had to check if I had already pre-ordered the collector's edition off the website. You know, the one with the flamethrower gun thing. So I thought, I think I've already pre-ordered it, but I'll just log on to check. And it's funny because I looked at the beta tab, and those 2 games are still sitting there.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they have gone silent pretty much. Like, so I'm like, why did they announce? Oh, we're gonna have betas. Sign up for our beta. Everyone's rushed to sign up to their beta, and then nothing's happened. So yeah,
That really hurts because I forgot that I was looking forward to Skull and Bones because
Yeah.
it's been that long.
yeah.
Now
That
you
I
announcing
can't
that
even
it's
remember
not
when
there.
it got announced.
I think Beyond Good and Evil's not
2017.
too far away, though, is it?
Yeah, Beyond Good and Evil actually has some
Yeah, it has
gameplay
something.
in that and
Yeah,
actual more scenes than what Skull and Bones does.
yeah. So yeah, but they promised like they made it sound like the beta was coming real soon.
And
And
did
I
it?
remember for a couple of weeks I was checking my emails quite frequently, and then nothing.
It didn't
Because
Skull and Bones.
you accepted like pretty early.
Did it or did it not get a name change or turn into something else though?
I'm pretty sure it's still Skull and Bones.
Don't know.
I don't know.
But they actually announced the game was going to be ready like 2018, and
Yeah,
now
didn't it become the
2021.
Project Atlas?
I thought
or
it
something?
became something else.
I don't know.
Because I
I'll have
remember
to
I was
Google
get,
that.
I remember I was getting like Patriot vibes from it. You know how Patriots turns into Siege?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
I've still
still a
I've
bit
still
pissed off that that happened.
I've still got my Rainbow Six Patriots T-shirt.
Oh, lucky.
Skull and Bones is still called Skull and Bones. It was slated to be released in 2018
Yeah, no,
and
for
has
some
been
reason I
delayed
thought it
3
was
times
converted into something else. Eh?
and is now expected to release sometime in 2021.
But they're going to expect that every year.
They've
Yeah.
delayed it 3 times. You've got to be worried about that, right?
Now
This
I
is
want
like
that on my
Cyberpunk
wish
all
list.
over again. Yeah, let's
Wish us to
check
see
that
it.
on the wish list. Yeah, I don't know. Crazy. Does anyone want to add anything before we
I
kind of wrap
think
it up?
Vibe and Redgrave haven't done theirs, have they?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry. Give us your don'ts.
Don't.
Mine would be
You guys
pretty
just went
quick.
quiet.
It's like the same thing with COD now. I don't really care for another COD being released this year. But along with that being sport games, like we don't need a
Oh,
sport
dude.
game
amen, brother.
every
Amen,
year.
brother.
Yes.
Like,
I
but
don't
they're
need
gonna
a
Couldn't
20-minute
announce them.
showcase on footy or Madden.
Yeah.
Well,
NBA,
sorry to burst your bubble,
FIFA.
mate, but yes, NBA
About-
2K20, whatever it's up to, will be announced.
2022
Yes,
will
it
be
will
the
be
next
announced. Yes.
There's just too many. Don't need one every year. It's the same thing. Couple of years spacing, therefore it's more like refined and that. Same with COD. It's like every couple of years we better. We get a pristine game out of it.
Why
And
do you
that's
bring up sports games? Can I put out a thing there? Do you think FIFA will announce something
Yep.
after the debacle of last year, or do you think they'll
Yep.
have their tail between their legs and keep their mouth
No,
shut?
they'll have a.
they'll announce it.
Because they pretty much
I think the
reskinned
sports
2020 to
games
2021 and
have
got
to.
caught.
Yeah, I think they have to
Yep.
release a yearly game.
Well, they could
Yeah.
just update. Like, just not call it
They,
FIFA
they'll release it, but do you
21
think
or
they'll
something like
It's
that.
part of having the rights
Showcase
to the
anyone?
license to publish it. I think they have to release a yearly.
I think
Yeah,
they should.
I don't want to have like put thoughts in their minds, but the battle pass system for Call of Duty and stuff like that, they could do something like that for sports games. Release
Have like a
like
3-year license or something.
yeah.
Instead
Yeah,
of
so
license every year.
they can easily update the game to reflect characters retiring or new
They could
not characters, players
Rosters.
retiring and new players coming in.
games
So-
need to do things more like what Fortnite and Siege do, where it's Siege, it's Fortnite, and then they just release seasons or
Yeah.
seasons or chapters per
Mhm.
6 months, every 3 to 6 months,
Mm.
just
Yeah.
to keep the game fresh. I think Destiny should be doing that. I think Division should be doing that.
That's essentially what Destiny ended up doing when they disbanded Destiny 3. There's going to be no more Destiny 3, so they're just anything new they want to do will just go on that game.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise
they
me if
start vaulting
Destiny
stuff.
2 doesn't just turn back to just like the Destiny universe or some weird universal name and just keep building on it.
I think with Destiny,
Yep.
we should have an option to install what we want to install and remove what we want. Kind of like Call of Duty has, where you
Yeah.
have the multiplayer pack,
The
campaign
add-ons.
pack. It's like if you don't want Destiny 2 Year 1, you just don't have that part installed.
I'll just uninstall Crucible.
Yeah. And that's what I don't really want to see. And any more GTA 5 stuff. The sick of
Yeah.
GTA 5.
Yeah.
That's it for me.
And to finish
Alright.
up, Redgrave.
Pretty much everyone's already said it. Like, I'm overseeing Battle Royals. I'm overseeing GTA again on another bloody console. Sport games, I'm not a big fan of them. I'll play them if I
No.
have to, but they don't deserve a big showcase.
I don't actually think they're going to put a huge spotlight on sports games because
No.
they've been so controversial the last year with their like gambling type loot
Yeah,
boxes.
the loot box lawsuits and everything.
Yeah, there's like lawsuits all over Europe because Europe are fighting back at it. The FIFA controversy of them actually getting 2020's game and reskinning it and putting it as 2021 with signs in the background that still say 2020. Disgusting. Them admitting that the game hasn't really changed as well. So I don't think they're actually going to push sports games to the front
That's
of
my-
showcases as much as they have before.
That's my point about having like a 3-year gap instead of every year.
Yeah.
it's going to be very wishful thinking, but hopefully we don't see any toxic fanboys. Mainly from the blue side
Won't
of
happen.
gaming.
Sounds like you're one from the other side.
Breeding with envy, eh?
Will
You've
be.
got more likely
Oh.
chance of GTA 6 having gameplay reveals than having no toxic gamers at this
Oh
E3.
no, oh no.
Fanboys will be all over Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, they just can't help it.
Like Xbox will announce
Frustrated.
something, and then the PlayStation ponies will be like, "Oh, deck console."
Worst
It's not-
E3 ever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really
They
sucks
can't have
when you
that.
go away with it. All these awesome games
PlayStation
have been revealed.
PS5's better. And it must be
That's-
shit if you're on Twitter.
I think we want to turn this into a console war.
Anyway,
Because mobile will win.
Yeah, that's
If
it.
mobile wins, don't you have a phone?
Do you guys not have phones?
You guys not have phones? Mind you, bro, Diablo on mobile was actually pretty good after the crap they got when they announced it.
They'll hear you.
Yeah.
Don't say that out loud.
All their
Anyway.
next games will be phone only.
Yeah, but I don't condemn it. For a while.
no way. If we could play Siege on mobile, let's go.
Oh yeah, can you imagine?
Sync my
Anyway.
controller up and I'll start breaching. Let's get going.
Plug my mouse and keyboard in.
It's a bit. You got a bit far now.
Okay,
Wii
good.
controller.
All right, guys, that's been our monstrous E3 predictions and stuffs. That was a long podcast. I liked it. It was good. We're all excited to watch E3 this weekend. You can find online the listings of the schedules for Australia. You could even pop onto our website and find it somewhere, I think. Subby, have we done an article on
No?
E3 schedules? Probably should.
Oh, yeah,
Sure.
sure.
Most of the games we spoke about at the start of the podcast, you can find on our website, reviews done by Fletcher, Regraves, and myself. You can find Vibe, Subby streaming quite frequently. Yeah, guys, make sure you go check out our socials. We are on everything. Just look for
You want to
MKAU
get some
Gaming.
sick merchandise?
You want
We
to
got
get
them
some
as well.
sick merch? We got a link in our bio. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe, and we will see you on the next episode. Bye.
Bye.
There's
Bye.
next time.